Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for a daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The second mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I'm determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of other species on earth. For our Dharma lesson, we've been reading Abundant, Exalted, Immeasurable by Ajahn Pasanno. We're continuing in Chapter 4, Introduction to Metta Meditation. In consciously cultivating loving kindness, we use phrases. One of the ways of doing the meditation is to use a phrase and then let it resonate for a bit, such as the phrase of sharing loving kindness. May I be well, happy, and peaceful. Set an intention of well-wishing, and then allow it to resonate for a bit and settle in the body. Loving kindness is not separated from what you are feeling in the body. Relax and settle. You're using the phrases as a meditation tool, a parikamma, a repetition that helps the mind to focus. The articulation of loving kindness in thought or verbalizing it helps you to see. This is the present moment. If this is the thought, then what's the feeling? You can then draw attention into the heart. What's the feeling? Relax, paying attention to the body and using the breathing to soften. I'll do this as a guided meditation. Then it will be something you can use on your own as a practice, at your own speed. I'll do it at the speed that I feel comfortable with when teaching a group, which doesn't necessarily mean that is how I do it when I'm on my own. To do the meditation, tune in to the body, paying attention to and relaxing your posture, allowing the breathing to settle deeply, tapping into the rhythm of the breathing, and planting a seed within that sphere of relaxation. Then pay attention to the feeling. I can't emphasize enough that metta bhavana, the development of loving kindness, is not about getting proficient at memorizing the lines or coming up with really neat new lines, the revolutionary art of cultivating loving kindness new and improved. Pay attention to the feeling and then allow that feeling to permeate, suffuse, and spread throughout the body, mind, and heart. At the beginning, there will just be little flickers of loving kindness and the feeling that we associate with a sense of warmth, kindness, or loving attention. That's fine. Recognize how to nurture that. The way of nurturing it is using phrases that seem meaningful. When Jayanta asked me if there was anything she could bring, such as copies of different loving kindness phrases, I said yes. Some of the phrases might resonate with you, and some might not. There is a whole array of different formulations. Become familiar with what actually resonates within the heart. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.